not sure if you can see that, but let's fix that. Look at all the dirt that's in here. See if I can do this one-handed without dropping my camera. Drum looks okay, not damaged. Yeehaw! I win! I got the part. Alright, I got what I wanted. That was a bit of a fight to get that out of there. Lots of stuff I had to take off. Yeah, tie rods come off. I had to pull the bumpers all off again. I had to take this part here, which is the rack and pinion. And I was hoping I wouldn't have to take the motor off. Thank God I don't. A bigger job. But this is where we are. So this guy here is what the rack controls. These two rods run through here. Right, and the tie rod's attached to here. And this slides back and forth across these two rails. But as you can see, the rails are pretty loose in there. Pretty loose. So what was happening is you turn the steering wheel really hard, and this part here, because it was loose and these arms were loose, this would rack, and then it wouldn't be able to slide across these rails. So these rails, right, it's the part's supposed to slide. So you can even see these rails, I mean, nice and rusty. These need a date with the wire wheel. So what we got was a seal kit. So the seals go in the end here, and as you can see, there's not really much of anything left there. And then there's bushings deep down inside of here, which you can. There's two bushings pressed in from either side. And yeah. Well, you might be able to see deep down inside there, I don't know. You can see a parting line between the two sides if you look right at the bottom. Hey, you can see it. There's that parting line. Well, there's two bushings pressed in, and then the seals on the outside. So I got the seals, or the bushings, sitting in the freezer. And I'm going to see if I can't press these babies out of here. Get the seals out of here. That's gonna take a while. I'm gonna come back when we're pressing the new bushings in here. I finally got one of these bushings moving. These are in there tight. Tough. Pliers on there. Stuck again. Gotcha. 1 down and 3 to go. Nice and clean. I strongly recommend before you press the new bushings in, you want to make absolute sure there's no bushings or no sharp edges before you start pushing those bushings in, because you'll just eat those bushings and then it'll be no good. I see a bit of a boo-boo here I'm gonna have to deal with. Yeah, you can see it right there. I had a little round file, clean those up quite nicely. Then I'll go grab the new bushings and get to pressing them in there. Alright, so there's the old pieces. There's what's left of the old seals and the old bushings. I got one of them out, and without mangling it, the rest came out pretty hard. But you can see, put this camera down here, you can see how loose this is on these shafts. See how loose that is? Yeah, that's no good. So let's go grab the new ones and press the new ones in. Oh yeah, there it is. Right there, right where it needs to be. Alright, let's press these new bushings in. And funny enough, I actually have a driver tool. This is your coveted 10mm socket. Actually has a step in it, and the step is perfect as a driver for these bushings. So this should work quite well. And if it doesn't, well, I guess we're gonna find out. Let's try to stir it a little bit. Oh yeah, I'm not even gonna need the tool. These are just falling right into place. Starting nice and straight. Yeah, not that one. Something that's the same diameter. It won't mushroom it out. Maybe this way? That one right there. Oh yeah, like butter. Like a butter. I gotta go just below the surface here. Here, no. This guy, no. This guy, and no. All right, back to the 10mm because that was working. Wasn't mushrooming out the top. Driver just below the inside lip there. And just a little bit more. Tiny little bit. Just about there. Almost. And that is installed. Let me come and grab the seal. You can see what I'm doing. Absolutely no lubrication on this stuff. You want nothing. No lubrication, no oil, no grease. It's a little counterintuitive on a seal, but if you add grease or oil and it sticks on the rods, which I've actually cleaned up, and it sticks on the rods, it'll act like sandpaper. And it'll just eat the seal and the bushing. There's the fun part, now getting the seal in place. Almost need like a hydraulic seal installer. Something that can bend and fold the seal without destroying it. Doing just a wee bit more. Without wrecking that new seal. Oh, so close. Haha! Seal install. Make it nice and round in the hole. And that is installed. You can see how nice of a tight fit this is going to be in here. Oh yeah. There's no wiggle to that at all. Shaking the whole vise. Very, very nice. All right, this thing should steer pretty good now. Again, I'll just put the other ones in. You don't need to watch me. I'm just gonna tap them in, put the seals in, then I'll start putting this back in the machine. All right, they're back in there. Everything's nice and tight. No wibble, no wobble. Slide nice. No wibble, no wobble. What the hell does that mean? Slide nice, slide nice. And like I said before, absolutely no grease. No silicone paste, no type of lubrication on this whatsoever. Is what you're gonna get if you put lubrication on this. And it's sliding back and forth and you go through dust and dirt and a dirt road, it'll stick to the rod. And then when you steer, the dust will get sucked inside of here, underneath the seal, and this going back and forth will be like sandpaper and it'll just eat that bushing and eat that seal. And that is what happened before. It just over time, it just got eaten away. I don't think it ever got lubed. And I don't think you should put any kind of lube on here. I mean, I'm sure some tech somewhere will say otherwise, but I wouldn't for longevity of the steering on this machine. And hell, it's power steering. Even if these things were hard to push and hard to move, the machine's got power steering. What the hell do you need it to be easy for? All right, let's put her back in the machine. All right, it's all back together. Now let's do a test run with the steering. Ooh, yeah, way better. Feel it in the steering wheel too. There's no wibble, there's no wobble, there's none of that. Right on. Right on, this makes you steer really good now. All right, that's it. I'm gonna throw the headlights and everything back in and go for a test drive and try her out. All right, there it is, all back together. Let's go for a ride. Ooh, sure starts up nice. It steers really good too. Brakes really suck. I'll say, oh, that thing rips. That steering is really, really good now. Could run the steering with one hand. Before you couldn't back and forth with it just sitting here, and now, just like butter. I have to put practically no effort into this at all. You couldn't do this with it before. Okay, I think she's actually all done. I had nothing else to do on this machine. She is all done.